Things have been getting very expensive when you look at the consumer price index and the increasing prices. But in the frugal mindset, there are a lot of things that you can get absolutely free. So I'm going to give you a list, guys, of 15 things that you should no longer be paying for. And a lot of this is kind of nostalgia because I do remember being of an older generation. Some of these things that we had to pay for, including number one, your credit score. That is right, guys. The majority of places, credit card companies, even bank accounts will offer you a free credit score. I believe Discover at this point even does it for free. If you're not even a customer there, they will still provide you with a free credit score. And I believe that is kind of to entice you to get their products and services. But overall, there are a lot of companies out there that do still charge for the credit score, and they charge usually on a monthly basis. Even when it comes to pulling your report at freecreditreport.com, if you want the score, you have to pay for the score, which again, I know overall with the soft pulls, with the kind of the average score or the score that you get on a couple websites might not be a legitimate hard pull. And we see this with Credit Karma and a couple other places, guys, where your score can actually vary probably 20 to 30 points based on what you have and based on where your actual score is. Number two is movies. That is right, guys. There are a ton of places that you can access movies. Even looking at your local library and a lot of other places, you can get DVDs for free. You can rent a lot of things for free. There are also a ton of places that you can watch different movies online. As long as you're going to be okay with watching ads, the movie experience is completely free. In addition, there are a lot of other places, guys, that you don't have to pay for them. If you have an old school satellite, which I do, because again, frugal mindset, you can actually get a lot of movies and a lot of movie channels, as well as your regular basic programming through a satellite, or an antenna, which is completely free. Next one we look at is educational classes. Now, most of the community colleges, even a lot of the continuing education is now free, guys. Even locally, the community college here is free of charge. So if you're wanting and if you're willing to continue your education, the community is the aspect to go. In addition, depending on what you want to do, YouTube, social media, a lot of different places, guys, you can learn a absolute insane amount from people that are putting out content online through content creation. Even looking, let's say you want to start editing videos. There is so much content out there using like a Premiere Pro that you can go ahead and educate yourself, even when it comes to coding, when it comes to Python, when it comes to literally anything that you can think of. There's going to be a social media platform and there's going to be a niche that you can actually find that you can get that information for free. Now, in addition, classes for babies and toddlers. That's right. Again, relying on your community, relying on your resources. There are a ton of different places, whether it's books, whether it's educational. There's a lot of classes that are offered on the community level or the county level, sometimes even on the state level, that are completely free. There's websites you can visit. There's a lot of groups that you can actually join that will offer a free education or a free experience. And even thinking of a lot of things for adults. If you want to do it yourself, if you're a DIY, really do it yourself individual, Home Depot gives you free classes. Lowe's can give you free classes. There are a lot of places, including even here, we have a local tile shop that will teach you how to lay tile, do backsplashes, anything you want to, guys. If you're willing to put in the time and effort to learn how to do it, you can go ahead and do it for free. Now, this again, thinking of the nostalgia aspect, text messages, guys. There was a time when we had phone plans that text messages, you had to pay for text messages, or you were limited to 50 text messages in a month. Again, coming from an older generation, text messages were not always free, which is kind of crazy to think. And again, I know that kind of ages me a little bit, but there was a time that you better not be paying now for text messages. I know a lot of the pickup and go phones have monthly plans that are super limited, or you could still be paying for those, but a majority of places you're going to find that is absolutely free, which rings true to music. Guys, the access to music is completely free. When you think of YouTube, when you think of a lot of social media platforms, again, you can get content, but you can also get music. And all of my music, I'm thinking even probably the past 3 to 5 years, I get entirely from YouTube, guys. It's cool you get to watch the video, but overall, if you just want to watch if you just want to listen to the music, you can get it all entirely for free. Again, most of the services, including Spotify, including a bunch of other places, might have ads in it, which it does, even Pandora. If you're okay with watching the ads, it is completely free. If you want the ad-free experience, you do have to pay for it. Now with this, guys, I think of when we had like MP3 players, when you had to pay per song that you wanted to download. It was kind of crazy that it was literally per song download that you had to pay for it if you wanted to listen to. Again, thinking kind of further back. And the same is true with shows and TV programs. When you think of the rise of Netflix, when you think of Disney, when you think there's a lot of places to get this completely free, but there's also, again, a lot of content that is out there. When I think of Epics, when I look at Tubi, when I look at Crackle, a lot of those are going to be sponsored by paid advertisements, meaning that if you're willing to go through and watch the advertisements, you can get all of your shows for free. In addition, I do have a smart TV. Smart TV is hooked up to the internet. There's a lot of shows on there that are live shows that they do stream from a ton of different places, guys, which again, they do have ads, but it is absolutely free to watch the live programming that they do offer in the shows and TVs. Now, of course, it does limit you a little if you're not buying any of those subscription services, but again, you can still get all of that information for free. And of course, guys, the daily news. If you are old school, like myself, newspaper had to be delivered to your front door. Internet, when I was much, much younger, we did not have the internet at all, meaning that your news came exclusively, you got it through the radio if you were listening to something, or you got it through the newspaper. When you thought of Financial Times, and again, kind of aging myself, we actually used the newspaper to play the stock market game when I was in high school, which again was kind of crazy. So we'd get the newspaper. We actually went through, they gave us a set dollar amount. We picked stocks that we bought, and through the course of the semester, we would kind of track our stocks. And at the end of the semester, we would see who won based on the stock market challenge game, which again was really cool, but it was done by the newspaper. Now, when it comes to directions as well, maps, GPS, everything's online, guys. If you have a smartphone, you have access to it. In addition, we've put this pretty much in any car that's been made probably in the last 3 to 5 years. GPS is kind of a standard item that comes in there with the touchscreen displays and things of that nature. Again, GPS used to be something that you had to purchase a separate unit. You had to pay to update the unit. You had to pay different things came with different fees. I remember having an old school Garmin when GPS was just coming out. And again, that was something within the digital realm that you did have to pay for if you wanted access to it. Then, of course, we do have the classified ads with the rise of Facebook, the marketplace, a lot of swap sites, everything that is out there, guys. Again, social media, and also looking at all of the applications and sites that we have available. If you wanted to sell an item, old school, it was newspaper. That is right. You had classified ads in the newspaper. If you were looking for anything, as of now, guys, there should be no costs associated with selling anything. And literally, you can reach tens, hundreds, millions of people in an instant when you're selling something online, which is kind of crazy to think, but it does come true. In addition, long distance calls. This is another one, guys. Having to pay for phone calls that are across the country. And again, thinking about the nostalgia aspect of this, if you wanted to make calls to different places, you paid a premium fee once upon a time. You shouldn't be paying those fees any longer, guys. Most of it, short of being probably international calls, which I know depending where you are, could have different service fees. Even here being close to Detroit, sometimes we pick up the Canadian connections, and it actually does charge us service fees, which they have to go back and they do have to renew them. But a lot of people do take the cell phones for granted, guys, because literally we can pick it up. We can call anyone, anytime, and the call will go through. We can send text messages instantaneous. And again, they will go through in a matter of seconds. Now, when we think of gently used household items, that is the next one on this list. Looking at group apps, social media platforms, you can connect with neighbors, friends, relatives, even in a 5 mile, 10 mile, 15 mile radius, passing along gently used things. If you're just versus throwing them out on the curb or putting them in the garbage, you can post them up there for free. People will pick them up in literally minutes. We have seen responses when we put things on there. And also, if you're looking for something specific, you can post it up there as well. And a lot of people will help you find exactly what you're looking for. Now, when it comes to New Year's resolution 2024, guys, a lot of people joined Planet Fitness. A lot of people went to LA Fitness, Powerhouse Gym. Fitness classes are something that you shouldn't pay for really two big reasons. Number one, Good news is most of the local places, including here, again, looking at the community, looking at the county we live in, they have a fitness center that is completely free for residents. So it's very, very cool, really underutilized in my point. But also when you look online, when you look at YouTube, we do all of our fitness classes as well as our yoga classes, Yoga with Adrian, check out the channel. But we do our fitness classes on the television through YouTube, again, smart TV, completely free. Don't have to pay for yoga, don't have to pay, which is actually incredibly expensive. When we looked around the area, you're talking $150, $180 per month, and you're limited to how many times you can go. I can watch it 10 times in a row if I want to on my TV, meaning yoga is very, very accessible and it is completely free. Then we get into the tax preparation, guys. This is another one where if you're getting a refund, when you look at TurboTax, when you look at basic tax filing, there's also a lot of places, again, rely on your community for a lot of this. If you want things completely free, that will offer tax preparation days where you can get your taxes completely done for free. And again, there's a lot of places like TurboTax where, again, if you're having that basic return filed, you can do that absolutely for free as well. Then we get into the community aspect again with language classes, learning classes, private tutors, group classes, language immersion trips. A lot of those come with a fee, but now through technology, again, you can get language classes, you can get the software, you can get the applications with either no subscription or a subscription if you do want the premium services, but you can get everything that you need for free. Looking at this list, guys, it's kind of incredible as technology kind of advances. How many things that used to be kind of pay as utilization or pay as you go on a monthly subscription that now are completely and absolutely free. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.